Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to all my Muslim brothers and sisters, and hello to everybody else. So this morning we're going to talk about my journey to the US, how I came to America. So let's first start with the case number and the green card that I mentioned in my previous video that I said I stored. So when I was little, cockroach was eating out all the documents in our wardrobe, and it left the case number and the green card. Wallahi, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was guiding me since I was very young, because to know that cockroach ate out all those documents and left just a case number and the green card, that was a sign to know that I was gonna come to America one day. So when I was older now, I reached out to the US Embassy, and the US Embassy said that the case was closed, as somebody from the US who is a US citizen had to come and reopen the case. So my aunt, who was my father's sister, she came to Guyana and she reopened the case, but she didn't want to tell me what the embassy told her, because she said I was too young and that was adults' conversation. All she said that we needed to restart the case again and file the I-130, and in order for that to happen, we need our father. So because he wasn't our life as yet, the case left dunk and it got closed again. So one day, the people that I was working for, their son was going back to Canada, and they asked if I wanted to go to the airport. So I said okay. When I went to the airport, we were standing outside watching how they were checking in their luggage and going through the airport. My boss told me that so he said to me that everybody's going through this door, that when your time is going to come. And for some reason, it hurt me so much to know that I will never get a chance to go to America or anywhere in this world because I can't travel. So I went home the night feeling so depressed, and I wrote a long email to the US Embassy the next day telling them how depressed I was, how poor we were, and that we were living in poverty, and I always dreamt of going to America. If there's any way that I could go to America, if they could tell me, to advise me, to help me. And that same day they responded, and they said that what is the case number that my father had. And I called my mom and I said, "Mommy, you remember that case number that we stored, that I saved inside the folder? What is it?" And she gave it to me. I responded with the case number, and they responded the same day again, saying that I qualify to come to America in 6 months, or I can come with the I-130, which is about 5 to 10 years. So I asked them which process I should choose, and they said they can't tell me, it's up to me. So I went with a 6 month process. When I found out that it was a simple process to start the application, I included my brother inside with me. My aunt had promised me that if I ever get through to come to America, she will pay for my medical. So I called her, which is my mom's sister. And I said, "Auntie, you remember that you said you were going to pay for my medical anytime I get through to come to America?" She said, "Yes." So I said, "Well, I think I'm going to get through to come to America now, if you can help me pay for my medical." And she said, "I'll pay for your medical, but this doesn't look real. It seems too good to be true, because everything's coming through so fast." But because she promised me, she sent the money, which was 50,000. She sent the 50,000, and I paid for my medical. And my aunt, my dad's sister, she paid for my other brother medical. So when we went into the embassy, we had to pay $300 for our visa, and we had gotten through. When my dad came for the interview, we got through, and um, my dad paid for my visa and his visa, and then we needed somebody to pay for my green card. I called my cousin, which was my mom's sister, daughter, and she paid for my green card, and my aunt, my dad's sister, paid for my brother green card. So we paid for the green card before we come to the US. Then my grandmother's sister paid for our plane ticket. She paid for my plane ticket, and my dad's sister paid for my brother plane ticket. And we came to the US. Or I think my grandmother paid for both of our ticket, I can't remember. And that's how we came to the US. When the paperwork had started for us to come to America, the embassy asked if you want a liar or you're going to represent yourself. I said I'm going to represent myself because we can't afford to take a liar. So I did all the paperwork, I filled out everything, I did all the running around myself. I didn't go through any liar. So when we went to the embassy that day too, the affidavit of support wasn't accepted from the person that we used, but they said that my father paperwork could use to do the affidavit of support, and they did it right there. Like God was just guiding us. Like it was just destined to happen. Everything was so fast, so easy. Every obstacle we went through, it had a solution. Ever since I turned to Islam, I can thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so much, because to know that I was guided from since the beginning to the end, and it was the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I'm here today. Alhamdulillah for everything that He has provided and given to me. With that being said, we're gonna end this conversation today. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.